So we've got him here. Now, what do we do? Well, Lumberjack, as you know, we're part of the Supercell team, and we feel like you needed a buff because you weren't very strong before, okay? Yes, now you'll be the new Royal Ghost. Well, now you've made me too strong. Now you've made me too strong, and all the kids will hate me! Hey guys, what's going on? It's Ash here coming at you today in Clash Royale. I want to wish all my Indian viewers a very, very happy Republic Day. You guys are absolutely amazing, passionate, and very kind and good to me. So I want to do a favor in return to you guys. You can see the demos on the screen right now. I will go ahead and announce a special league for you guys at the end of the video. For now, we're going to be covering Bertil's really, really good Golem deck. Check out this deck, guys. Lumberjack and Mini Pekka, both recently buffed, and then you can make the argument that Night Witch got a little buff too. Bat's hit speed decreased by 1/10 of a second, but the spawn speed increased. I think that kind of is a bigger buff than the Bat hit speed nerf, so I think that all in all, Night Witch got a little bit of a buff. So we're using 3 buffed cards here in this deck. It's super annoying to go against. I'm joined by Bertil. I actually met him, really awesome guy, in London where I was at dinner with Bren Chong's dinner. Bertil's also a Bren Chong partner along with BBXH and Far's Attack. It was a great dinner. Bertil tried to coach me on using chopsticks. I am just as good using chopsticks as I am at playing Clash Royale. That is to say, I suck at using chopsticks. Never thought I'd admit this on the channel, but yeah, it's definitely not a strong suit of mine. Anyway, we're starting out here in this match going against Fantini. Fantini is a really good Golem player in his own right from Nova, Brazil. But, you know, he got stuck with kind of a weird starting hand here, and he decides to go all in with the Golem 3 Musketeers. Now, this is a heavier Golem deck than the one that Bertil is playing, but look at this. I mean, he's going to lose his left tower really early on, but this is going to be a very fast match. Check this out here. Bertil now has the Elixir advantage, and he places down a Golem. Now, guys, look at Fantini's hand right now. He has Battle Ram, he has Minion Horde. What is he going to do? You can see, meanwhile, Bertil's cycling really fast. Drops that Mega Minion, drops that Night Witch as soon as he possibly can in the right lane so he can cycle to Poison. Poison takes out the Battle Ram and the Minion Horde in the left lane, going for the King Tower. That's it, the game over right there. That's it. There's no way that Fantini can stop this push here in the right lane, and you can see adding the Mini Pekka, the Night Witch, the Mega Minion. Let's fast forward here because it's going to be a very quick one. That was a quick 3 crown, and it was against Fantini, who's a really good player in top 50 ladder. Let's go ahead and look at his profile. You can see finished 232, just a really good player, 20-win player as well. Shout out to Master Tryhard, my YouTube sponsor of the day. Thank you, Master, and thank you to all my YouTube sponsors. I appreciate it, guys. What are we going to do next here, guys? Okay, so Expo obviously we have the big advantage in the matchup, but, you know, I still see people out there not knowing exactly how to play the Golem against an Expo deck. So let's quickly review this one because it's against Censor is God, and Censor is known as either the Censor is God account or just the regular Censor. Always has 2 of Sandstorm's best pushers on it. So let's go ahead and review how to handle this matchup, and then we'll go into more challenging matchups against Bait and against Graveyard. So here we go. We play the Golem right in front of the tower there, and we also pump up. We're going to fast forward a little bit here because not much is happening early on. So the opponent drops to Expo right in the center there, trying to target onto that Elixir Collector. We basically unload everything we possibly can to try to protect the Elixir Collector. Doesn't really work out in our favor. At this point, we do have about a 2 Elixir lead, so you can see the opponent not sure exactly what to play here, decides to go with Executioner in the back. We go with Golem in the left, so it's going to be a little Golem push here for us. Of course, we don't want to go too all out. We don't want to go super strong, as with any Golem deck, guys, right? You know, this is obvious common knowledge, but I feel like I should state it every Golem episode that I do anyway. But, you know, 2 lessons here. Excuse me. Lesson number 1 with Golem decks, you almost got to change your mentality. Maybe you're playing a cycle deck, maybe you're playing, who knows, but whatever deck you were previously playing, when you're going to switch to a Golem deck, you almost have to remind yourself here, okay, it's okay if I take a lot of damage. It's okay if I lose a tower. And B, make sure that you try to get to the last minute without going all out on your pushes unless the opportunity really calls for it. For example, the last match. So why do I say that? It's because you should always remind yourself that you have a huge advantage going into double elixir time when you're playing a golem deck 9 times out of 10, maybe 19 times out of 20, maybe 99 times out of 100, okay? You have a huge advantage, so you're just trying to bide time until you can get to the last minute in these matches, until you can get to double elixir time. Of course, this deck works really well in challenges as well as on ladder. Now, if you don't have the legendary cards, Lumberjack, first of all, I feel bad for you because Lumberjack, I think, is so incredibly strong right now. He's a beast, guys. He's a beast. But if you don't have Lumberjack, you can sub in Bandit. If you don't have Night Witch, you can sub in minions or bats. You need something to be able to distract Inferno Towers. Speaking of Inferno Towers, Zero has one in his old school bait deck. Zero also a really good bait player, so this is great gameplay here. By the way, we will show a version of this deck with Bandit in it in the next replay for those of you who want to try out a different variation. So here we go. It's a Night Witch following the Golem. Now remember here, guys, 1 minute into this match, 2 minutes left on the clock. We're not going to be going all out here. You can see he uses the Zap spell, resets the Inferno Tower, and goes with the Mega Minion. But after that, I don't think he's going to play anything else here. See, he could have easily chose to use the poison there against that Goblin Gang. However, he knows it's early on. He doesn't want to be too aggressive in his offensive pushes. Now we have the 3 elixir advantage here. We can pump up if we want to, lure out a rocket by the opponent. Instead, we opt to play defense there, smart defense. We're going to use the Lumberjack against the Goblin Gang, the Goblin Barrel, and we're going to use the newly improved Mini Pekka. You can see that health really paying off there, guys. And you could actually see a few situations like that in these replays, where the Mini Pekka's newly buffed HP keeps him alive in situations where previously he would have died. That was one of them, being able to take out the Knight and the Princess and staying alive to do so. All right, so here we go. We were able to pump. We're getting into that double elixir time. We use the Zap at the top. We use the Night Witch and the Mega Minion. We're going to take a lot of damage here in the left lane, but we're going to go ahead and play a Golem at the bridge. This is going to be a big counter push here. Let's see how the opponent handles it here. So, unfortunately, that Inferno Tower did lock onto the Golem really early. We're going to keep supporting this push here because, remember, guys, we are now officially in the last minute in double elixir time. Well, the opponent uses a very good value rocket there, and then he laughs his head off about it. So maybe a little BM, I don't know. Maybe that will get Bertil going, get the juices flowing there, make him want some revenge. Rah! So here comes a Knight Goblin Barrel in the right lane. We're going to play a little bit of defense. We're not going to overdo it there in the right lane. We could have easily dropped the Lumberjack as well, but instead we're opting for another big push here. And you can see up until this point in the match, guys, things are not looking good here for Bertil. You can see he has a lot of damage on his towers and almost no damage on the opponent's towers. He can't get through that bloody Inferno Tower, so he's going to play the Mega Minion. The Mega Minion, unfortunately, goes to the Spirit Goblins instead of helping out that Golem. But check this out. We went ahead and we reset the Inferno Tower. The Golemites are going to do a little bit of damage, or excuse me, a little bit of tankage for that Lumberjack. Is Lumberjack going to get through? No, the Knight, the annoying Knight. Meanwhile, the Witch is getting some damage, or the Night Witch is getting some damage on that right tower, down to 1101. Only 30 seconds left. How are we going to be able to pull this off? Here comes a big monster push here for a Zero on the left lane, and the tower is going down, but it's only down to 741 HP. How the heck is he gonna pull this off, guys? He hasn't done any damage to the left tower. He decides to go Lumberjack, Mini Pekka, and Night Witch all on the left tower. Lumberjack is going to die in a second. The Rage will be eaten up by the Mini Pekka, and boom, he'll finish off that left tower with 183 left on his left tower. Really impressive victory there by Bertil at the end, coming through with the Mini Pekka there, and the Rage, of course, helping him out. Let's watch one more, guys. Let's watch the Graveyard one. Now, this is the version of the deck, again, with no Mini Pekka. Instead, we have a Bandit in this version. So if you guys want to try out each version, see what you like more, I feel like the Bandit is She doesn't suck right now in the meta, but she's not in the best place that she's ever been, in my opinion. By the way, we're going against Razor, and Razor is a really, really good player. You know, he's making a name for himself in RPL right now, doing very, very well for Nova, part of the Nova EG fam. And he's playing this really annoying Graveyard Hut deck that's still completely viable right now. Let's slow things down, take it to normal speed here, and you can see a nice value poison here for Bertel. However, he's not going to continue to go super hard after that Mega Minion was placed. Oh, maybe he is. He is using all his elixir at this point, and you can see the opponent has a huge elixir lead at this point, but we are going to get that Mega Minion to the tower, almost to the tower, but luckily Razor's able to cycle from the ice, or excuse me, from the Ghost to the Ice Golem and not take a ton of damage. Actually, the damage is almost even Steven on that left tower right now. So let's see what Bertel does. He opts to pump up here. Obviously, we're still halfway through this match. Bandit doing some work there. Bandit taking out the Spirit Goblin, taking that Ice Wizard down to about, a third health or so. So at this point, we do have the Golem in rotation. Are we going to play it? Looks like we are. Are we going to play it in the back? It looks like we are. So here it goes. A Golem push here. Of course, the opponent is going to use a Graveyard, but we have the ultimate Graveyard hard counter in Poison in this deck. And that's why you've seen a lot of Golem decks gravitate towards using Poison instead of Fireball, instead of Rocket, instead of old school Lightning. So here we go. It's a Golem push. We're going to drop our Lumberjack to supplement that Night Witch coming in from behind, supporting the Golem. And meanwhile, the Lumberjack doing some work against that Royal Ghost, taking him down finally, but we didn't get anywhere near as close enough to the tower. And here it comes, another aggressive push. Why did Bertel drop the Golem there at the bridge? Well, he had a very keen awareness that he had a big elixir advantage there, and he wanted to continue to punish the opponent. That's exactly what he's doing here. Of course, Razor doing everything he possibly can. He's cycling and cycling and cycling, wants to get that poison down, but wants to make sure this push is somewhat mitigated, so he has something to distract them before they reach the tower. However, all that effort for naught, as Bertel does take down that left tower, and then the Bandit will clean up this Graveyard. So there it is, guys. That is this amazing, amazing Golem deck by Bertel. I really like this deck. And now, as promised, guys, I do want to tell you about the Indian Royale League. Indian Royale League. I'll send you the Twitter information and the link to sign up in the description below. You can see it right now on your screen. It is an Indian exclusive pro league, the first one of its kind. I am a sponsor of the league, and I'm really happy about this because there's a lot of passionate fan bases out there, especially in Spain being the biggest example, in Venezuela as well, having exclusive leagues only for their demographic, right? And these passionate fan bases, it helps them kind of create and develop pro players to represent their country. And I think that India needs one of those as well. And there's not a lot of attention being given to the Indian community, at least that I'm aware of. I know there are a lot of great organizations, so I'm not trying to put anybody down, but I wanted to do my part in helping if possible. So I've teamed up with Spaces 360, working alongside them for the sign-up process and stuff like that. And I will, again, link all the information that you guys need to know if you want to sign up, if you are an Indian viewer, and maybe in future seasons, we'll find ways to incorporate more of the global community. For now, it's all Indians, and again, happy Republic Day to all you guys. Huge shout out to Bren Chong, my YouTube partner. You can find his information in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. And as always, take care, guys.